As I work on the list for my top 5 Patrick Star episodes, I've noticed a pattern. Whenever Patrick is the prime focus, the results are either hilarious and incredibly enjoyable, or complete and utter garbage. There's never an in-between. Sometimes we'll get episodes where Patrick is wholesome and funny, like in Patrick Smart Pants. Then other times we'll get episodes where he's not that, like in the infamous Patrick Staycation, the episode that tries to be like Krusty Towers, but without any knowledge of what made Krusty Towers enjoyable. I told myself to finish that top 5 video before I rant about this pile of garbage, but it's so bad that I couldn't wait to talk about it. This episode is plain aggravating to sit through because of how much of a bumbling and oblivious oaf Patrick is, how he goes out of his way to be a nuisance, and for how he completely gets away with it. I would like to keep stalling, but you're fucking weirdos who like seeing me get fucked in the ass, so let's get on with it. Patrick's Staycation plays out with the mindset that if Patrick's a dum-dum, people will laugh. Now, I love stupid Patrick, but usually he feels like he has at least half a brain cell, that there's a rhyme and reason to his stupidity. Here, he doesn't even have that half of a brain cell. The lack of effort is displayed in the first few seconds, where Patrick is doing random bullshit, like riding a projector while pretending to be a cowboy for no reason, and laughing like a drunk moron. He even has an exaggerated front tooth to let the audience know that not a single thought is in his head. Patrick's annoyance is exacerbated because there isn't a straight man for him to play off of. He mainly interacts with SpongeBob, who indulges him in his idiocy. I like their dynamic of being a couple of dim-witted goofballs, but what makes them fun to watch together is that SpongeBob doesn't put up with his bullshit. Here, he does nothing but put up with his bullshit. It's a bit beyond mildly infuriating. Squidward is in this episode, but for like 2 seconds, and for a bit where Patrick just kinda breaks into his house without consequences. Speaking of which, Patrick isn't just a doofus this time around, he's also an asshole. It's hard to find Patrick's antics funny when he makes a special effort to be a dick. This episode's entire plot is that SpongeBob is trying to give Patrick a free vacation, and Patrick, being the best friend that he is, takes advantage of his kindness and shits all over him. It's hard to find SpongeBob being tossed around funny when he's solely trying to be a good friend. Even if you want to argue that Patrick is so stupid that he genuinely doesn't realize that SpongeBob is the person waiting on him and thinks that he's at an actual resort, I still want to punch him because he's being a total Karen. Patrick doesn't just stop at him, however. He also breaks into Squidward's house, thinking it's another resort. Why is Squidward even in this episode? His scene doesn't really go anywhere. Just because he's my spirit animal doesn't mean he should be shoehorned in episodes. This scene doesn't have any purpose. The immediate scene after just has Patrick breaking into SpongeBob's house and staying there. Why didn't he just go there in the first place? I can't wait until Patrick gets his comeuppance. Patrick being a dick could work if he was given his due punishment, which of course doesn't happen here. This episode is basically Krusty Towers, the shitty version. In that episode, while Squidward was being shit on as an employee at a hotel, it had a satisfying conclusion because he got his revenge on that fucking crab. Patrick's Staycation could have been redeemed as SpongeBob got some karmic justice, but he just gets forced out of his house because he dared to be a good friend. Being a total bitch and not getting any repercussions, Patrick has finally completed his transformation into a Karen. On the bright side, I'm done! Overall, Patrick's Staycation is plain bad. If it had taken more notes from Krusty Towers about how to write an episode where a character is a dick, it might have been somewhat savable. But alas, we're left with an irritating experience where Patrick is so idiotic it hurts, where he acts like a Karen to everyone, and where he gets no punishment for it. It's the perfect example of how to not write Patrick. With that, I'm out. Quiz thingy! What are your thoughts on this episode? Do you at all agree with me, or do you think I'm the most boring person ever and need to come up with original opinions? Leave your answers down below, and if you liked this video, why not click that like button? It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to see more videos from me, please feel free to subscribe. I'm hoping to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so any little bit helps. With that out of the way, I'll see you next time!